The announcement of a new practice facility was made, followed by the acquisition of WNBA champions Dewanna Bonner and Natasha Howard by the franchise. Clark was present on Monday to provide enthusiastic support for the team's recent off-season decisions when Bonner joined. They have the experience of winning and reaching the finals, as well as winning championships, stated Clark in regards to the new members. He believes they bring exactly what the team needed in terms of leadership and skill. The front office made it a point to prioritize not just talent, but also character. Despite this, Clark remains the leader on the court. During a remarkable season full of milestones, the WNBA's Rookie of the Year set a new record for assists. She consistently played in front of packed arenas and attracted record TV viewership. The former Iowa standout was instrumental in ending the Fever's 7-year playoff dry spell and putting the team back in the national spotlight. Clark believes that in 2025, the Indiana Fever could make significant progress with Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston returning. The addition of new players has also sparked optimism for a successful season ahead. She stated that this sporting franchise is a representation of women's sports in general and not limited to a specific one. The increasing numbers of spectators and the buzz created by the games are being noticed not only in Indiana, but throughout the country. She is optimistic that the franchise will experience tremendous growth in the upcoming years, possibly for the next decade. Her hope is that they will secure several championship wins. Indiana has addressed a significant gap from last year by acquiring postseason experience. The Fever welcomed back Howard, a highly accomplished player who has previously been an All-Star and champion multiple times, to their team last week. Clark unexpectedly addressed the audience at the event, despite not being on the list of scheduled speakers. Clark expressed his excitement about the prospect of getting in the gym with his teammates and figuring out what strategies will be effective. He believes they have a range of possibilities to explore, which is very thrilling. Bonner will be choosing to wear jersey number 25, abandoning her usual number 24, as it has been retired by the Fever, to pay tribute to Tamika Catchings, a Hall of Famer. With this change, Bonner can concentrate on joining forces with Clark and Boston during games, as well as guiding them towards becoming top players in the changing room. Clark and Bonner had a chance encounter last year during a playoff game where they briefly got into a fight. Bonner suggested that the intense competition between two players striving for victory and motivating their respective teams in the playoffs led to high emotions and tensions. She expressed enthusiasm about facing Caitlin on the court, believing that they complement each other well and can thrive together. The goal is to refine the roster in Indiana. That's for sure. Last week, the team management made a public announcement about their signing of Sydney Coulson, a free agent guard who has won the league championship twice, and their acquisition of guard Sophie Cunningham from Phoenix in a 4-team trade that involved giving up Indiana's starting forward, Nalissa Smith. Indiana decided to release Grace Berger and Victoria Saxton, who were both former draft picks. Additionally, team officials revealed that they and forward Katie Lou Samuelson came to a mutual agreement to separate paths. It has not been announced by White, Cox, and the president of basketball and business operations, Kelly Krauskopf, if they have completed their actions before the WNBA draft in April. Clark and Bonner hold the belief that this particular iteration of the Fever has the potential to compete for a championship, which is the primary reason behind their decision to sign with the team, regardless of whether they currently do or not. A skilled point guard has the ability to create opportunities for scoring effortlessly, and I believe that teaming up with Kelsey and AB in Boston will make scoring a breeze, Bonner stated, mentioning the crowd at the press conference. When I entered the room, I was amazed by the sheer number of media personnel present. I hope to deliver a performance that meets everyone's expectations here. I'm sorry, but you have not provided any text for me to paraphrase. Can you please provide the content you would like me to reword? Sydney Coulson is leaving the Las Vegas Aces after 3 seasons to join the Indiana Fever. This move is seen as a great decision for Indiana, as they were in need of a reliable backup point guard for Caitlin Clark. The addition of Coulson, a two-time WNBA champion, is a major win for the team. While the Indiana front office is excited about this acquisition, Coulson herself had a humorous reaction. Instead of making a big deal out of it, she simply joked on Twitter about how she's been traded so often that she's starting to believe it. This response is typical of Coulson's laid-back and humorous personality. Previously, the ex-Aces standout shared her excitement about the new chance she has with Indiana. She expressed, "I am thrilled for this fresh opportunity with Indiana. I am familiar with some players and coaches from the Fever, and I have confidence in my knowledge about them." She is also bringing a vast amount of experience with her. The six-time playoff veteran was a key part of the Aces' consecutive championship victories. Throughout her career, she has maintained an average of only 2.8 points and 1.6 assists. Her consistent accuracy in shooting from both the field and three-point range, along with her strong defensive skills and decade of experience playing for multiple teams, make her a valuable addition to the team. It comes as no shock that the Indiana team's management is delighted with her. General Manager Amber Cox expressed her satisfaction in a perfect way. "Sydney, with her experience and winning record, will be a valuable addition to the Fever team as a point guard. We trust her to perform well in any game situation and contribute effectively on offense and defense," the spokesperson stated. In addition to Coulson, the team has also acquired two successful forwards with championship experience, Natasha Howard and Dewanna Bonner. They also made a trade to bring in sharpshooter Sophie Cunningham. The Fever team boasts a strong foundation with players like Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell, who were recognized as the last two WNBA Rookies of the Year. Additionally, this is the group that ended a 7-year playoff absence in the previous season. With these recent enhancements, Indiana appears to be a strong competitor for the title. CC is delighted by this development. Caitlin Clark played a prominent role at the Indiana Fever press conference introducing Dewanna Bonner. She sat in the front row, listening attentively as Bonner responded to questions, and even chuckled when their previous on-court disagreement during the playoffs was mentioned. Following the press conference, the young woman, aged 23, spoke to the media and expressed her excitement about the exciting developments happening in Indiana. Clark couldn't resist complimenting the Fever's management team, commending them for effectively putting together a team that seems to work effortlessly. She praised Kelly and Amber for their excellent work in selecting players who complement each other, creating enthusiasm for what lies ahead. Adding talent is important, but it is crucial to add the right type of talent. According to Clark, the lack of playoff experience was evident for the Fever last year. She acknowledged that they had very little experience playing in playoff games. However, that is no longer an issue. Indiana has experienced players like Bonner, Howard, Coulson, and Cunningham who have fought hard in the playoffs and understand what it means to be victorious. The Rookie of the Year in 2024 appreciates the teamwork and guidance these new members bring. With a lot of positivity present in Indiana, the team now just needs to showcase their skills on the court and see how this strong lineup performs.